Hello everybody. I'm just gonna do a quick rundown on this bear tank that I made. It's this is a Druid tank, but it's a Bix. I did a Druid 12, Artie 4, and Fighter 4 Druid tanker build. Kind of, I wanted to see what would happen with the Artificer enhancements from what is there, Arcano? Geez, open. The Renegade Master Maker tree. Um, you gain a bunch of bonuses here, even if you're not Warforged or wearing docents for armor. So the idea was just to go all in on the new shifter race. If you look over here on the left, and because I've got an extra 8 points or so for the racial TRs that I did, I've dumped them into the shifter, hardy shifting and extended shifting. And then the rest of the points are spread out just like this, as you see. 48 in the Nature's Protector Druid tree. And took that all the way up to the 5th tier. Stalwart Defender is in there just to gain armor bonuses, but I really didn't have enough points. It's almost like I would have done this more like a 12-8 build. And forget the Renegade Master Maker. You get extra heal amp out here. You could get some hit points. I am technically wisdom to damage in the falconry tree here, which would have given me 15 more points to dump over here if I didn't want to at least try to do some offense on this build. Here's the deal. That might be a future thing. I can probably jack up more hit points and everything out of it, but I'll get to that in a minute. I started this out with max constitution, whatever the heck it is on the shifter 18. Excuse me. Then I also put some into wisdom. My base is 16 on this. And I also dumped some points. I started with a 12 charisma because I knew that I had to get intimidation up if I was going to be an intimidation tanker. Not really realizing that the Druid Bear gains a bunch of threat bonuses anyway, which is like when you're swinging away. Crazily, if you open up the... What, that's not going to open up for me? The little plus isn't going to open up for me for the video. Awesome. Okay, that kind of makes things different. I'm at like 580% threat right now and more when I rage out with either the shifter rage or the druid rage. And so what occurred to me was like if I was gonna make a turtle tank, that one just kind of sits there, and then the only reason why it sits and intimidates, and then the only reason why the threat is important is for the mobs that you don't you can't intimidate, like oozes or spiders or those vine things or whatever. So that seems a lot higher in comparison to what just a straight stalwart defender or charisma based paladin tanker want to do. Now I expect it to the complete negative melee side. So that's what the difference would be. Is if I guess if you were gonna do one of those other two tanker builds, or even like that druid or wizard tanker build that I made, the threat is just incredible on this thing. So it's almost like it's better to make it a melee and just roll through and don't even worry about tanking, being a true tanker at all. But that's just my opinion, you know, that's my take. All right, so we had started with those. I think I also started with a dex of 12 just to get over the no negative bonuses and to get some more AC later. You know, you got to get that dex up to get max dexterity bonus out of your armor class, your raw AC. So standing it's 296. I don't even have ship buffs on right now. AC Fortitude's at 104, Reflex 85, Will 80. I have a spell resistance item of a base 49, Fortification 263. PRR is at 321, and the magical resistance rating is at 63.50. This is just with gear. Now, these numbers seem a little bit skewed. I'm not that happy with that armor class rating right there. It's just a base. It seemed like I got higher when I was on a true paladin or stalwart defender. But I don't think they got the PRR like that. So I don't know. I can't remember what the difference is. I'll have to go look and reference some of my old videos that I made. But it's interesting. I mean, I did get to tank legendary hard killing time mostly for by myself last night. So that, I mean, that's fun. I think you'd be able to stand in there and take those kinds of things, the big hits and stuff. In terms of the epic destinies, I suppose I should do this with feats first, but yeah, here we go. I'm in Unyielding Sentinel. My tree looks like this. I'm all in on hit points and anything else that I can get for blocking with the shield. It's another thing I didn't like about the Druid is, you know, they're supposed to use non-metal items, so then I get stuck with a large shield instead of a tower shield. And well, that's where you're at. In the twist, I took paired parrying. This is giving you another primal bonus to AC as long as you are shapeshifted into animal form, wielding two weapons or unarmed. This comes from the primal avatar on tier 4. Standing with stone. This comes from the monk epic destiny, Grandmaster of Flowers for tier 4. And you're gaining some bonuses to your maximum hit point total, and you're also gaining 15 extra physical resistance rating, PRR. And then Endless Faith, I have 3 tier 1s. Endless Faith is from the Exalted Angel, just giving you more spell points and raising your pool and restoring you to 30 as a base. Unearthly Reactions. This is from the, I believe it's the Magister. We'll go check on that. Yes, it's giving you dodge and a +6 to my reflex saves. And then Draconic Presence is from the Draconic Tree too. It's another. You gain +6 to Intimidate and +3 to your DCs on fear-based spells, but you're immune to fear as a tier 1. So that's what I rolled into there. I'm primarily been going around in Unbreakable, stance, and that's for an extra 10 epic damage reduction. So I have a base of whatever 25 here. One's adamantine, and then just 10 epic on the DR. If you open up the where did it go? Character sheet? No, inventory. If you open up the inventory, it's going to show you over here your armor class and then your damage reduction while blocking and a +2 AC. So it's typical that I'm playing this as more of a turtle style tanker. I like having that, whatever. There's another 33 for your damage reduction at least. Gotta do whatever helps. And this is where Warforged come in, where they get good damage reduction later for having a docent in that tree, in their enhancement tree. So I just have a sneaking suspicion that if you went in and made a if you went in and made a Warforged Renegade Master Maker tanker fighter mix, that you'd probably have a lot higher damage reduction, but possibly less AC. I'm not sure. Something that's going to be less than the more, I guess, is the best way to explain it. Now, in the falconry tree, there's a thing up here on the third tier conditioning. It's giving you a quality bonus to your maximum hit points. And then alone in the bear, the Druid Nature's Protector tree, you're gaining something in here for a bunch of hit points too. I don't know exactly where it is. Just going over and looking here quickly and see if I can find it or not. Yeah, I mean, requiring bear form, Ursa's Spirit is giving you competence bonus to Constitution and when you have a shield equipped. So it's kind of buying right in here. There's Ursa's Heart is giving you a 25% competence bonus to maximum hit points on top of that. So these two stack. Quality, competence. Competence, quality. So there you go. Big hit points. Try to get your MRR and PRR as high as you can and roll through the game tanking for people. As a turtle, be the turtle. Character sheet. The feats for this were all just based on the goal of becoming Uber Tanker. Divine Sphere epic feats. I took Defiant Wording. It's a permanent thing. But when you take damage, you're gaining more PRR, and you also get a base 10 to PRR and MRR. The Guardian Angel. If I drop below 50% hit points for 30 seconds, I gain PRR equal to my Wisdom modifier, and saving throws equal to my Epic level. Okay, that's happened a couple times though. I actually took the Scion of the Ethereal Plane on this. It gave me a +4 to all skills, which includes Intimidate. You know, as a druid, you're more wisdom based, and charisma is the basis for Intimidate. So I had some problems at the non-level 30 levels intimidating some mobs on high difficulty, so I wanted to make sure that I got over that problem. I think the Intimidate right now is sitting at 102. But again, if you run into that problem on a Druid bear, there's so much threat associated with your attacks that you just can overcome it. Like the maul and the whatever shred. and the trimmer and lightning strikes the mountain are your saviors. Then, if you're having problems holding it, you got to keep swinging. Epic spell focus intimidate. Again, I took that to get that up. Blinding speed, bulwark of defense. I am not in epic defensive fighting. There's no bonus for me here. I did not take the natural fighting um, feats along the way up, and so I am also unsure if that says it says natural fighting counts for each time taken, and so I can't even experiment with that. As I click it on, it's not giving you anything as a sword and board. So here we go. See if my hit points jump up. Nope. I didn't take natural fighting at all because we're not offensive. So there's another way. Maybe you can get the 3 feats rolled in there along the way and get an extra whatever X amount for hit points if you were fighting in defensive fighting mode. It's something I don't like because the range of your spells is shortened. I find myself healing people while I am tanking quite a bit on this. So I guess that just depends on your playstyle, whatever you like. I took Epic Toughness for another 50 hit points. I'm trying to see what else I got in here. Oh, I took Dodge, and it looks like I took Mobility too, and Toughness once. I also took Shield Deflection. This is because I knew that I was going to have a large shield. At least. It says 30% absorption to elemental types when you are blocking as a turtle. Other shield feats don't work for bear form. Like this Nature's Defense, which is a combat stance, it doesn't allow for shield bashing. So there's no point in taking the improved shield bash feat. And it won't stack with Stalwart Defender. They're both defensive combat feats. So maybe next time I would do something a little bit different. These are all of the Druid feats that come up along the way. I can also switch over to a wolf form, but it's not very beneficial to me. I'm sort of one-sided as the bear. I think that's the part of the fun of being a druid is you're able to, if you did make your character as an even balance between dex and strength and con and wisdom somehow, that you would actually be able to switch off as a melee with your forms depending on what the party called for. It's kind of versatile. I like that about it. It's kind of piquing my interest about some other things. Now, I am a heavy armor wearer, and so I did take the heavy armor training as a fighter feat and tactical training. So +2 to all of your tactical DCs. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else I got in here. I do have improved critical slashing weapons, but this might be something that I could try to get rid of to do something else with. Meta magic feats. I have Empower Spell and Maximize on all my heals. My Druid heals, my big Druid heals. What is the proficiencies? No. Shows that I am Tower Shield proficient. And this is something I haven't messed around with because this item from the Thunderholm's the Deathic Runestone large shield is giving you bonuses for being in animal form, and I have a tendency to not want to put that down. They don't have another tower shield like that, to the best of my knowledge, that has the like stone paws and other things on it that are kind of specific to the Druid. I think this would be a way though to get your the higher AC that you wanted during the during your build if you did decide to do something like this. As far as the shifter trait, I am a beast hide shifter for one more con. I have to yet to experiment if that works as a monk too, because strength-based monk later, they were known for, you weren't able to mix that after a certain point of time back in the day in DDO. Couldn't mix a barbarian with the monk. They wouldn't that wouldn't cooperate. They had changed it. So I'm curious to see if that racial tree works with doing a monk. I didn't experiment with that yet. I gotta read up on it. And then there's a couple of basic feats that I took in here too along the way, just cause no, I can't find them. I thought I had taken like bullheaded and stuff like that too, just to work on the intimidate skills. But, I love this new layout we got here for looking at all these feats, except I don't know where they are. Rapid reload. Okay, well, the heck with that. So, I managed to get some stuff from the Vision of Destruction raid, and I'm wearing the Ring of Thelis and Omniscience Legendary. It's part of the Mind and Matter set for more PRR and MRR, and more MRR cap. And then you get an artifact bonus to positive, negative, and repair amplification. The thing that I like about these sets is they have 2 slots per thing. Also crushed into the old legendary green steel goggle set, and working on Winter's Solstice 4-piece set. So I'm still looking for another piece there for that. I'm wearing armor, Cloak of Winter, and this is my artifact, is the Prince's Gauntlet for a Constitution of 22. Really enjoying this set. If I get one more piece, I get another 20% on top of my hit points, so that's going to be pretty substantial. Just wearing this legendary corroded iron figurine for insightful sheltering, and for protection 17, I get another 17 deflection bonus out of the AC on it. Now, it's tough as a tanker conforming all of your gear to get all of the bonuses that you need. I'm wearing a cracked core too. Makes me soundproof or whatever for most attacks that are like shout and greater shout. And then I just have a swag scimitar. This is just a black a Night Mother scimitar from Barovia, because I don't have Fractured Elegance yet. And what's the last part of the rundown that you would want to see? Oh, so because of the enhancements from that racial tree for the shifter, and because of the rage enhancements, when I do rage, that number jumps up to 44,347 hit points, and the armor class jumps to 331. PRR 321 and 174. I'm not sure if that moved, but this number here on this armor AC is getting closer to what I like. So I'm pretty much always raging out. I think I have like 7 minutes. And the rage length is based on your constitution. So, I mean, a lot of times during quests, it's probably 1 or 2 rages. And then the old side effect of when you dismiss it, you get exhausted. So I'm just drinking a restoration pot or using my restoration spell from the Druid tree. Anyway, that's my rundown right now on this build. I mean, I have fun playing any kind of tank, but it's not for everybody, you know. You got to remember it's a little bit more boring and slow to turtle uh, than to just whack stuff or nuke it with a big spell during the course of the game. So have fun. Thank you for the rundown.